Hi everyone, welcome back to Ben and Dica. Today we are sharing our low-cost travel experience from Barrie, Ontario, all the way to Vancouver, British Columbia. Just a heads up, this is our personal experience, comparing it to other trips that we've done. Of course, what is considered low cost might vary for each person, but we hope our tips are helpful. So here we go. We started our trip from Barrie, about 100 kilometers north of Toronto, and took the GO train to Union Station in downtown Toronto. We loved that we had seats the whole way and it was comfortable, the train were clean, and it has space for our luggage. The GO train network is quite big and connects many cities across Ontario to Toronto Union Station. So be sure to check their map to find the closest station to you. The total cost for this part of the trip was about $25 per person, with the GO train being $15 and the Up Express to Pearson Airport around $10. Once we got to Union Station, we hopped up the Up Express train straight to Pearson Airport. The whole journey was relaxed and not too crowded, but the downside was the time. From Barrie to Pearson's check-in counter, it took us about 2 hours and a half. If we had driven, it would have been just 50 minutes. But with driving, you know that you have to worry about parking, pay for a transfer service, which can get expensive. At Pearson, depending on your gate, you might find a Tim Hortons, which is a solid low-cost option. We flew with WestJet for the first time, but we booked the cheapest fare possible. This means no assigned seating, no carry-on bags, and we were in the last group to board. We decided to pay each of us $100 extra to sit together and also bring a 23-kilo luggage with us. Once on the plane, we noticed that the legroom was a bit tighter than we are used to, although the seats on our return flight had more space, so it really depends on the aircraft. There was no in-flight entertainment, that small TV in front of your seat, but we could access their app to watch shows, movies, and even track the flight route on the map. They didn't serve a full meal, but they offered some drinks like soda, water, coffee, tea, and juice, plus small snacks like pretzels and mini cookies. For those who wanted something more, they had a paid menu with snacks and light meals. Guy was hungry, so he got a potato masala dish for around $10. Not bad for the airplane food. We were lucky with the weather, it was sunny and the views from the plane were stunning. We got to see rivers, lakes, and even some mountains. However, it wasn't very sunny there when we landed. Arriving at Vancouver Airport, we were immediately impressed by the architecture and decoration. There were beautiful statues and elements honoring indigenous culture and nature, and many of the signs had Chinese translations alongside English and French. After grabbing our bags, we followed the signs to the Sky Train, which takes you straight to the city. Pro tip, if you're been in Vancouver before and have a Compass card, load it up with some money before your trip. This way you avoid the extra fee for buying tickets at the airport. Since we didn't have one, we bought our tickets there and paid a little bit extra, around $10 per person. For the best view of the city on your SkyTrain ride, try to sit on the first car on the left side of the platform. We didn't know that, so we ended up sitting at the back, but the view was also pretty cool. We loved how the city blends older buildings with modern ones, all surrounded by nature. There are trees everywhere. Some houses are even hidden behind the trees. Once we arrived in the city, we walked to our Airbnb to start getting to know the neighborhood. Our Airbnb was super cute, we definitely recommend it. If you're interested in where we stay, just leave a comment and we will share the link. After such a long trip, we found the nearest brewery and grabbed a well-deserved beer and some snacks. Cheers to the start of our Vancouver adventures! Before we finish, let's share a quick balance of the trip. Our total transportation costs from Barrie to Vancouver, including the GO train, Up Express, and SkyTrain, came to about $35 per person, $90 total. We also spent $100 on extra baggage and seats for the flight, which was an optional add-on. However, we are not including the price of the flights in this balance because we use Fidelity points to book them. Another great way to save on your travel costs. If you collect points to your credit cards or loyalty program, this is definitely worth considering for our next trip. And that wraps up our low-cost trip from Ontario to Vancouver. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos about our time in Vancouver, including all the food spots we tried. Let us know in the comments if you ever visited Vancouver or if you had your own low-cost travel experience. See you in the next video. Ciao!